There have been many remarkable changes with respect to the evidence-informed decision-making landscape in Africa in the past 10 years. One important one for me has been the shift towards co-production of evidence that has been used in policy making that saw the involvement of civil society and government working hand in glove to generate that evidence. In the past, there has been an antagonistic relationship between these two actors, with each of them claiming leadership when it came to the generation and use of evidence in decision making and policy making. But with the growing co-production effort between these two actors, we've seen both of them generating evidence and finding areas of complementarity and working together to be able to develop just and responsive evidence that has been used to produce policies that has provoked the needed change in the different contexts where this has happened. And as a result of this, what I observe is a re-emergence of an enabling environment for civil society, and also the reduction in the shrinking of spaces for the operation of civil society organizations across the continent, particularly in the context where this whole co-production has taken steam. Examples abound where this co-production effort has led to significant changes in terms of the development of just and responsive policies. For example, we've got the collaboration between parliament and civil society in contexts like Uganda and Malawi, where they've generated effective policies that has helped in the development of policies with respect to health sector and other sectors relevant to the sustainable development goals. We also have the case of Cameroon, where civil society and government have worked hand in glove to be able to generate evidence that has been used to support the domestication of the sustainable development goals. One specific area where I've really been interested in has been the work of civil society in Kenya over the last decade that generated the initial evidence that was used by the government at some point to be able to develop the climate change legislation, which is the fourth globally. And so these examples demonstrate that there is invaluable effort in the collaborative development of evidence through co-production, and also the use of this evidence, integrating this evidence in policies that have been very responsive to the needs of people. Now, what has been the role of the African Evidence Network in this whole process? I mean, the African Evidence Network is at the forefront of bringing together evidence decision makers across the continent who are working collaboratively, building capacities, cross-fertilizing ideas, and we can see the work of some of these actors across the continent where there's been significant co-production of knowledge and use of knowledge and integration of those evidence in decision and policy making processes, as I highlighted in the examples. And I've been one of the beneficiaries of this whole opportunity put in place by the African Evidence Network, particularly sharing evidence of my work with respect to Sustainable Development Goal number 13, which is climate action, and actually gaining insights from the different evidence decision makers working across the continent through the different conferences and opportunities I've taken part in, given to me by the African Evidence Network, and this has helped shape my reflection around this particular work which I'm doing.